and we said, we need to be doing this, we need to take part in this, and then really bring the mission of the March for Life back home to our diocese as well.
I heard about the March for Life a couple years ago, and it didn't really, it wasn't attractive to me. I didn't ever really want to go until this year because I had gotten more involved in Students for Life.
God used the yes that these pilgrims made before they even left Sioux Falls.
Going into it, my prayer was, all right, just make me open to the experience, and whatever you have planned for me, Lord, bring it out to me. Help me to notice it and help me to feed into it and be a part of it as much as possible.
The March for Life is a powerful thing for anybody that hasn't experienced it. I highly recommend try it at least once in your life. You're surrounded by thousands and thousands and thousands of your closest pro-life friends. You gather in kind of a rally spot, and they actually put together speakers that come forward and just raise some issues about the March for Life movement. They really get the pilgrims that are there thinking about, why are you here?
It just made me proud of my faith and proud of this movement, and just really happy to be a part of it, and it helps solidify my belief in it, because there was so many other people who were standing with me, and it was just cool to see that all these people, we all believe the same thing.
I guess you just had this real feeling that I'm a part of something right now, something bigger than myself, bigger than my own voice, and that's what happens when we all come together. That's the beauty of the church, is it unites all of us on that front and on these issues, but just in our lives to know that there's a team, there's a message, and there's a mission greater than just me.
They were stranded on the Pennsylvania Turnpike unexpectedly, without a lot of resources. And so it called on them to dig deep in their faith and to support one another and to share what meager things they had for a while. They weren't alone. There were a number of buses, not just from our area, but from other places. And so they got out and they joyfully, they made snowmen, and they played in the snow and all of that. And then that beautiful moment when well over 500, mostly young people, were at Mass on an altar that was built out of the snow, out of the ice.
It was just really cool to do that with all these people that we didn't even know.
The whole experience of that, for me and for what a lot of the kids experienced and what we've talked about, is just that it was one of the most concrete examples of what church is supposed to be.
We realized, as that was going on, that God was answering our prayers in ways that we we weren't intending. He brought publicity to the march through the storm and the Mass and being stranded, and that's something we had been praying for.
You kind of turn yourself over to Christ. And he says, come follow me. He doesn't say, this is the roadmap I'm taking you on. He says, come follow me, open yourself, and knowing, trusting that where I'm leading you is the best thing for you and for others.
I would say the real fruit of it is just these kids, these students now have this just very real, concrete example of God working in their lives. This real concrete example of, this is how the church benefits me, this is why I'm Catholic, this is what I love about being Catholic, this is what I love about my faith. And that the march was all a part of that. Because they've all realized that, well, if I hadn't been open to signing up for the March for Life, I never would have had this experience of Christ.
The Lord showed me firsthand that He makes all things work together for His good, over and over again. Even something as brutal, even something as awful as abortion, even something as awful as being stuck on the side of a highway for 22 hours, the Lord makes all things work together for His good, and I saw that firsthand. Miracle upon miracle, grace after grace, movement after movement of the Holy Spirit in our hearts and in our buses.